If you are a fan of Chicago's own Lil Durk, aka The Voice, I got some good news and not so good news about his current legal proceedings. I will say this though, for every bit of bad news I got, if you're a fan, you're gonna want to hear this because I do have some good news to balance out every bit of bad news, all right? Lil Durk's been in court all week. He did find out from a bad news perspective that he's now been hit with a new superseding indictment that adds stalking by death. Essentially, they're saying, yo, Durk, you stalked Quando Rondo and you wanted him gone. People that you hired ended up hitting his cousin, and obviously he lost his life. Rest in peace to Lil Pab. The good news to balance that out, though, is Durk did find out in his new superseding indictment that some things against him have been forcibly removed. So one of the big things was there's this song floating around on the internet that Durk was a real feature verse on. In the background, though, on YouTube, you can find Quando Rondo's voice screaming in the background. It's actually real audio of Quando Rondo finding out that his cousin was no longer here with us. Obviously, the unfortunate incident that happened in California, that's the reason why Durk is locked up right now. When he found out his cousin, Lil Pab, was deceased, that audio had to be removed from this hearing because Durk's legal team proved, yo, we did a song with somebody. We didn't approve of any audio being in the background. As a matter of fact, his legal team has actually proved that YouTubers made the edits and threw that audio of Lil Pab's cousin Quando Rondo screaming in the background, right? So that's a big win for Durk because they were trying to prove that not only did Durk put this hit out there, he was taunting Quando Rondo and trying to let fans know we had slid for Lil Von. That's exactly what the prosecution was trying to argue, but the audio ain't real. Some more bad news for Durk, though, is his bond as of May 2025 was once again denied, and he's going to sit it down and most likely have to sit it down until trial. One thing this country does not play about is crimes that involve multiple states. Obviously, that's how you get a Fed charge easily, especially when we're starting to talk about murder for hire. This country has never played about that. It was just going to be tough for Durk to get a bond at any point in time with the case and the situation surrounding it. His bond has been once again denied, and he's most likely going to have to sit it down. But for some more good news, the prosecution has backed away from an allegation that Durk paid for the bounty of this alleged hit of Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab on the West Coast. They're backing away that Durk paid for this bounty, for this hit, through a co-defendant that was named, right? The prosecution is backing away from that. That's a huge win for Durk. If you're following this case, look, I'm no legal expert. I would tell y'all that all the time, but I have been covering these cases for nearly a decade now. Stuff like this that's come up, that's a huge win for Durk. If you would have asked me 2 months ago, again, I'm no legal expert, I would have told you Durk's probably cooked. I'm gonna be honest with you, he's probably cooked. Today, I look and say, okay, Durk, he may be cooked, but he's starting to work the legal system. His attorneys that he pay a lot of money for, they're starting to find some wins. And now I'll say this dude, Durk's got a 50-50 chance of beating this thing in October when his trial does hit. I think Durk's doing a great job. He actually represents a lot of top tier musicians and entertainers, especially of the culture in 2025. One thing that people are starting to get right, when they got the money, they're paying for high profile legal representation. A lot of artists brag about it in their music. They gloat. Drake just made a song about Brian Steele after he helped get Young Thug released, right? Durk's lead attorney is a gentleman by the name of Drew Finland, very well respected. I just saw Drew do an interview with Vlad TV, which I thought was very interesting, but I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Drew knows how big of a platform Vlad's got, say what you want, and he's working the legal system. He's putting narratives out there about his client and making him look like a positive person in the community. I just seen Durk's dad and the president of Durk's nonprofit do press as well over the last couple weeks. They're just working the legal system, working social media, working the jurors potentially down the line. It's all a part of the game that they're playing. Diddy on his case, which is totally separate, has 8 attorneys. All right, just to put in perspective, these high profile celebrities are getting smarter, and when they make this money, they're putting a lot of it to the side for legal representation. We'll give you guys more updates for Durk in the upcoming days, in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months. But that's the latest, the greatest, and the not so greatest for Durk. Definitely some wins to balance out every loss that he's had in his legal trial so far, or legal case as we get closer to his trial. Time, love, and support is what your boy never take for granted. If you enjoy the way I break it down, if you think you went from not knowing any update about Durk and you feel like your boy Mr. TALIAFERRO, aka Pharaoh, whatever you want to call me, if you feel like I broke it down to you perfectly, if it was what you needed, what I want you to do right now is reciprocate that love. Give me a subscription or follow wherever you're watching this on. If you really rock with me, tap in, super chats, Facebook donations. We take all that stuff. We appreciate the love. Real journalism still exists. You just got to find it. All right. Time, love, and support. What your boy never take for granted. Salute. I'm out.